everyone, it's Mike coming in from Cavill. I just want to say an unbelievable thank you to you. If you are listening to this, if you're here with me right now, you've grabbed a pen, you've grabbed a paper, you've come on board, and you've taken a huge leap of action. It's tremendous. It means a lot to me, especially on this particular topic, which is one of my favorites to go through. So, for me, one of the sayings that have been coming up recently in my mind, which I picked up from somewhere, I'm not too sure where, but is if you do tomorrow what you did today, you get tomorrow what you got today. For you guys taking this up, you're doing something different today. And that means that tomorrow you will get something different. If you keep taking that leap, that faith, that action, you're going to get something different tomorrow. And I think genuinely to get a different perspective on the people in your team, on what's going on in your teams, in your business, and how you can fix it and how you can resolve it, and the things that you have in the grasp of your hand right now is monumental. It's going to make a difference. It really, really is. So, guys, today we're here and we're going to be going through the how the people in your business are truly the problem. Now, that's going to mean a whole lot of different things to lots of people, but truly, the people in your business are the problem. So, if we just come on through, then, guys. So, I just want to talk you through what you can kind of expect, what you can anticipate is going to happen from this particular presentation right now for you guys, and that is, this is not something that's kind of strokey. Let's make you nice person, owner of a business. Let's make you feel nice. Let's make you feel better. Let's give you some comfort. Let's sit you down. Let's relax. This is not the presentation for that. Quite frankly, if you think that I'm going to be going through this and making you feel better with where you are right now, and actually making you think that all these problems you thought were all the problems are the right things to be focusing on and the right concerns, you're in the wrong place. This is a disruption presentation. This is to disrupt your mindset. We're looking to change you. We're looking to throw something at you to kind of shine a light and make you look in that direction and change your mentality of what's going on right now. Change your whole thought process around it. This is not going to be an easy answers presentation. This is not going to be, making you feel okay. This is going to be putting you out of your comfort zone. This is going to be wrestling back the control for you in your business by giving you a different viewpoint, by opening your eyes to something new and something different. Right now, guys, you will be just like everybody else. Anybody who says they don't have problems in their business, anyone who says they don't have problems in their life, in their relationships, with their children, whatever it is, are point blunt lying. It's bullshit. Just call it out. It is what it is. Everybody has problems. You have different variety of problems. You have different levels of problems. And Dean Graciosi, one of the things that he's always said that rings out in my mind is, you need to get bigger problems. You need to get bigger problems because the problems you've got right now mean that things are quite small. You need to get monster problems because then it means that your business is growing and it's getting bigger. The bigger you get, the more money you have, the bigger the problem you get. You want bigger problems. But everybody has problems. But what are the biggest problems in your business? I mean, just think about them. Just write some down right now as we're talking, as we're going through. What are some of the biggest problems you have in your business? How severe are they? What's the effect? What's the effect on you? What's the effect on your relationship? What's the effect on the time you're getting with your children? What time you're getting home? How much sleep are you having? What's your health like? What are these problems? What are the impacts of them? Guys, right now, it's uncanny how, I do this myself. I fall into this gap myself. Why haven't you got that done? Well, this, that, and the other happened. This took place. Something massive happened in the news. I had to go out and deal with this, and I couldn't get that done on time. But we've all been there. Your problems, the things you're focusing on that you think are your problems, they're not. They're really just an elaborate toolkit full of excuses, a nonsense bullshit story that you're telling yourself to make yourself feel better with the problems that are taking place. It's not my fault. It's Brexit. It's not my fault. It's something else. It's not my fault. It's Donald Trump. It's not my fault. It's Theresa May. Or whoever it is. At the end of the day, if you can put those things off and put the blame onto those excuses, onto those problems, onto those things, then it makes you feel better about the problems that are there, because they're not you and it's not your responsibility. You come up with an elaborate mix, a cocktail of excuses that make you feel better for the problems. They don't solve the problems, they just give them a title and they make you feel better. In fact, it actually helps you to rationalize the mess you're getting today. And like we said in that quote, what you get today, what you do today, you get tomorrow. That's what you're doing. You're rationalizing today's mess. That just means that you're going to stay with the same mess, and tomorrow, guess what you're going to get? Yeah, you're going to get more of the same mess. You're not actually dealing with any of the problems. You're categorizing them. You're giving them a title. You're making them some kind of being that is responsible for all of it. And it's not you, it's not the business, it's nothing to do with anything that's going on in your life. It's just, it's this, it's that, it's the other. It's not me. It's out of my control. I can't take control of it. I can't get a grip of it. It's not in my hands. What can I do? What do you expect me to do? You're rationalizing the mess that you get in today. You're putting a title to it, and you need to stop. So let's have a look. How are people really your problem? How are they really the problem of everything that's going on? Just think about it for a minute. Take your business. That's what we're focusing on today. Of course, you may have other problems in your life as well, but let's focus on your business right now. Is it you? You're a one-man band. How many people do you employ? Maybe it's 5, 10, 50, 100, 150. The main thing within every business is a common denominator within every single one. And until we have the age of, Transformers or Terminator, we've not got robots wandering around doing everything for us. We don't have artificial intelligence filling in and doing our admin and all the other bits and pieces. Don't get me wrong, things are moving closer in that direction every day and every year, but we aren't there. No business can run without a person. Without people, it just doesn't work. It's just no business at all. You don't have one. It means that even if you're a window cleaner and you're walking around, you're self-employed, you've got a ladder, a bucket and a sponge and you're cleaning windows, guess what? There's still a person in it, even though it's just a one-man band. No business is going to be any different to that. That person in your business that could be doing all these bits and pieces, it could even be you. In the case of that window cleaner, it would be. It would be. If you were that window cleaner, you were the one-man band, then yeah, you are the person. You are the problem. Most likely, most owners, it probably is the owner that is a massive problem. It means that it doesn't matter what your business is, whether you're a restaurant, a cafe, manufacturing, finance, healthcare. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter what country you're in, what size you are, what the market conditions are. Whether you go through Brexit, a recession, the biggest recession that our lifetime will ever see and witness. It makes no difference. Ultimately, behind every activity, every action, every output, every input in your business lies a person. 100%. Your people can either be the solutions to these problems, they can either be the fixers, the people that are going out there remedying everything, the medicine to your cure, to your your particular issue, or they're the people that are making it. They're either the antibodies or they're the virus. They're one of the two. They definitely are, because they are everything within your business. They're the internal entity. They're your nervous system that's making things and driving things forward or backwards, whichever direction it's going in. So come on, let's have a look at some of your common problems that you may be having. So I mean, number one, oh my God, finances. We've all got finance problems, right? Some way or some form. We've either got too much, too little, don't know what to do with it. Could be. But money problems could be, for you, one of the things is all you see. Maybe you've got enough. Maybe you've got bills coming in, you don't know how you're going to pay them. Maybe you can't get the loan you needed. Maybe you have the loan you need, but you don't know how you're going to repay it. Maybe you've got a family to support. Maybe you've got kids and your wife at home or your husband. Maybe you've got investors. Maybe your family. Maybe your parents, your parents' in-laws. Maybe they've invested in your business. And you've got this massive, monumental commitment to other people that are really close to you. Maybe you've got other investors that aren't like family, but you still got a commitment to them. How are you going to pay them? How are you going to get that problem sorted? Finance is one of the biggest problems in most businesses. Finance is one of the biggest problems in most households. Your internal, economy of your household is a major problem. How are you managing it? Have you got it right? Is it sorted? It could be a major problem. And this thing can cause major, major stress, sleepless nights, rows, arguments. It's one of the biggest problems most businesses will face. But it's still a people problem. And we'll come on to that in a minute. Let's have a look at something else. Let's have a look at another one. Here we go. Rates keep going up. So this is an extension of finance, really, when you think about it. But your rates, the cost of your rates, almost seem like they're always doubling. They almost seem like it's going up all the time. It's only going in one cycle. It's only going in one direction. They just keep going up. It's an endless pit of despair. The next year, you got this year covered. Next year is going to be even harder. You struggle to get this year's covered. It's going to double next year. What are you going to do then? Rents, they all go up. Everything keeps going in one direction. Every time it goes up, it's taking a bigger slice of the money your business is turning over. It means a bigger percentage of your turnover is going to something different. It means there's less to go on other areas and other aspects to expand your business. It's a monumental cost implication for you and your company. Let's have a look at, oh my God, wages. Again, the minimum wage it's only going to go in one direction. Could you imagine a government coming into being and saying, guess what, guys? We think minimum wage is too high. We're going to pull it down by 70p. It's never going to happen, is it really? I mean, when you think about it, minimum wage is only going to go in one direction. And at the end of the day, you can't cope without the people in your business. Whether it's you, whether you're employing people, you've got to pay them. And it means, again, more added pressure. Along with your finances as they are, along with the rates and the rents increasing, along with your people having to be there and pay them in any case, all of a sudden now, once a year, it looks like their wages are going to keep going up. And how do I cover that? I can't offer them more hours. If I reduce their hours, what's the impact then on everybody else? I'm already turning over my staff. I mean, the average lifespan of an employee within the hospitality sector is just 12 months. It's 1 year. It means that within the hospitality sector, it's most likely that your teams this time next year will be slightly different to the way they are right now. And that costs money. Sickness absence of these people costs money. Maternity leave, paternity leave, annual leave, it all costs money. Massive, massive issues, a massive burden for so many businesses, not just within the hospitality industry. What about your time? Oh my God, this is another big issue. I mean, this would be a reasonable excuse for me. Absolutely. You could be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Take that one-man band. You're the accountant, you're everything, you're the marketer. You're doing everything in your business, as well as cleaning the windows. If you're owning a restaurant, just think about how many different tasks in a week, in a day, in an hour that you might be having to juggle between. How many different hats you need to be wearing in that particular time zone. It is so common that people are so time poor these days. Time is a commodity worth more than gold. You can't ever get it back when it's spent. And the funny thing is we're all giving it away so cheap. Can I have a bit of your time? Yeah, sure, no problem. Well, how much is that costing? How much is it costing for you to give that time, that dedication to all these different functions? And just to be honest with yourself. You know, you may not be an accountant by trade. So, how well are you doing your books? Are you good at bookkeeping? Is that your skill set? Is that why you went into business? Is that why you opened up a restaurant? I'm damn sure it's not. Think about it. What were the reasons you came into being with your business? Whether you bought the business, set one up, got a franchise, what was the reason? Why did you do it? Was it just for money? Was it to give you the things that money can buy, like freedom, nice home, holidays, time with your children, your wife and your kids, or your husband? Was it time to do what you wanted in your terms, to live your life the way you wanted to live it, rather than reporting or responding to somebody else? I'm damn sure it wasn't to manage people. I'm damn sure it wasn't to do your bookkeeping. It probably wasn't to be a barman either. Looking at this, it just those were not the reasons why you went into business. It's not the reason why you're here today. It's not for those things. But they're things that you inherit as soon as you become an owner and you're running a business. There's no escaping it. You become like butter spread so thinly over bread. Does it actually add the flavor? Are you actually able to do these things? Sometimes, looking outside and trying to get other people from outside your business to come in and help on these bits can definitely be an investment into your business to enable you to focus on the other problems that you do have. Sometimes your problem is that you're not giving the time you do have, that commodity that's worth more than gold, to the right things in your business. You thought about that? Where else? Where would you desire your time to be? Where do you think your time is most wisely spent? Is it bringing customers in? Is it looking at your latest marketing technique? Is it organizing your staff? Is it paying them? Is it dealing with their annual leave? Is it getting your books done on time? What is it? Where is your time best suited? Where is your skill set? So many times I come across restaurants that are run by the chef. The chef started the restaurant because they believe in the style of their food. They're so passionate about what it is that they're cooking up. They're cooking something special and they want to share it with people. And at the end of the day, yeah, okay, they're in the kitchen, they're doing a lot of cooking, but they're doing a lot of other things too. Is that helping them to do what they dreamt of doing? No. So now let's look at the market. Let's have a look at what's happening in the market. My God, there's no two ways about it. The market is dire. There is no other way of explaining the way in the situation specifically within the hospitality sector right now other than dire. But you know what? There was a market when it was dire again before, and that was the recession back in 2008, 2009. It was the biggest, deepest recession we've ever seen in our lifetime. Fact. Markets go up, markets come down. There's peaks and there's troughs. It's a wave. It's a cycle. That's what happens. And at the moment in time, you can just see on there's been 1,300 new restaurants established since March 2014. Over the past 5 years, there's been 1,300 new restaurants that are set up. The fact of the matter is, in the hospitality industry right now, there is so much more supply than there is demand. There's more coffee shops out in your village, in your town or your city, than people are actually needing to go out and get coffee. At the end of the day, what's the biggest difference between them? They all serve lattes, right? What's the difference? At the end of the day, There's a perfect storm that's happening in the fact that it's so hard to differentiate yourselves from the other restaurants similar to you and your brand, and at the same time you've not got as much supply of people, demand of people wanting to come into your restaurants, and the footfall's not as big, and at the same time the cost of your produce, etc., etc., the market is what the market is. At the end of the day, it's a case of survival. It's a case of surviving. I mean, and in some cases, there will be restaurants out there, there'll be hotels, there'll be cafes, there'll be bars, there'll be bistros, there'll be nightclubs, there'll be pubs. And you know what? They'll thrive. For every one person you get complaining and saying how crap the situation is in the market right now, I'm damn sure there's someone out there who's a unicorn and performing beyond the expectations of everybody else. And everybody just looks up at them in awe as to what is happening with them and how did they get where they freaking got. And now, why am I not there? The fact of the matter, what that identifies is, regardless of the market, regardless of the situation, regardless of the excuses, somebody is making money. So why is that not you? Why isn't it you? And then, just to round up, I mean, let's think of some other ones. Food, customers. Oh, my favourite one, Brexit. Oh, we don't get enough of that in the news, do we? No one's had an overload of that yet. It's not been beaten to death. But these are commonly the ones that are your leftovers. Your cost of your food, the value of the pound's gone down. It costs more to get the produce in. So therefore, you've got more finance squeeze. It's more cost pressures. Your customer numbers are down. They're dwindling. People have less disposable income. They're being pickier about where they go. They eat out less. They spend less when they get there. And in Brexit, are we in? Are we out? What are we doing? What's going to happen to your staff that you've got today? And what's the impact on the ones you want tomorrow? Where's the impact on the prices that's going to happen after Brexit happens, depending on what Brexit we get, or even if we get a Brexit at all? Who knows? What's happened to your suppliers? Where do they stand? Are some of them staying in business, going out of business? Are some of those going to be abroad or in this country? What's going to be the difference? Where are you going to go? There's so many problems. I mean, just think about it, guys. I mean, just the amount of problems that we've listed there, and you've probably got maybe another one or two that I've not even mentioned yet that would be on your list of your problems. Maybe. At the end of the day, they're all the reasons. We're not successful today, and we're not going to be successful tomorrow. And the reason for that is because of Brexit. And we don't know what kind of Brexit we're getting. We don't know whether we're getting one at all. But we just know that it's causing the problem in our business. So we're going to sit back and we're going to wait this one out if we can. There's just so many things that these problems, these excuses, the biggest thing that they cause, the biggest problem with your problem excuses is it stops you from taking action. It stops you from actually doing something about it. Brexit is such a big thing being run by the government. How can you possibly have an impact on it? Your best chance is to try and prepare as best you can and wait the damn thing out and see what happens after the storm and where things lie. Pick up the pieces afterwards if you've managed to survive and keep your feet on the ground. That's what happens. It's beyond your control. How can you manage that? It's beyond my control. Any of us. How can we change that? How can we change the value of the pound? How can we do that? So many people say it costs too much money now to get the produce I was getting in. So now I'm going to get cheaper produce. Well, is that what your customers want, right? So a cheaper product. Yeah, that's exactly what they want. That's going to bring the people back in. It's delusional. It's delusional at best. So right now, guys, I want to take it away from all the crappy excuses and all the nonsense you've been telling yourself. And I want to focus on where things lie in your business, the structure of things. This is where we call the chicken or the egg. Which comes first? And in this case, when you apply it to your business, is it the staff or is it the customers? Which came first, the people or the customers? Which one was it? At the end of the day, if you don't have people in your business, then you don't have a business. You don't have a product. You don't have a service. You're not selling anything to anybody. You're not marketing to anybody. You're not doing anything. You're an empty shell with a name on the top that does nothing, serves nobody. Without the people in your business, you have no entity. And yes, by the way, I'm including you as the owner in that. You're a person. The last time I checked. So at the end of the day, without the people in your business, you have no business. You have no customers. It's a fact that your staff, the people, come before the customers. Make it and they will come. Who makes it? Who helps to bring them there? Who gives them the directions? It's the people in your business. If you look after the people, then they will look after your customers. It just stands to reason that the people in your business, your staff, are senior to the customers. I mean, this is a crazy concept, and I get called out on this so many times when I've spoken to other people in the industry, and their primary focus is on the customer is always right. How do we get more customers in? The customer, the customer, the customer. They don't focus on their people. The people are here today, they're gone tomorrow. They've got a 12-month life cycle. Jimmy, who's here now, won't be here in a year's time. So why the hell should I focus on Jimmy? My customer is a customer. They're going to be here. They're going to get their fish and chips from here next year, I hope. They're my focus. No, it's the wrong way round. You're focusing on the wrong thing first. You've got to focus on the people. Otherwise, you get the problems. You've got to focus on your staff. Otherwise, you've got no one focusing on your customers. If I treat my staff like crap and make their lives hell, what service are they going to give to my customers? If I'm too autocratic, if I'm too much, too dictatorial to my staff, they're going to present how they're feeling to the customers. Their body language is going to say how they're feeling to the customers. If they feel crap and don't want to be there, they're going to present an environment of crap, and your customers don't want to be there either. You've got to focus on the people so your people can focus on your customers. They're the front line. They're the coal face of your business. They're the form of interaction. If you've got a restaurant right now, it's unlikely that it's you that's serving all the tables, doing all the drinks. It's most likely you've got people you're employing to do that, to be that face. Your face of your business. So if you don't focus on them, what are they going to do? How are they going to serve your customers? I mean, just think about it. It just makes logical sense to me that has to be, that's the area you can have the most impact on. These are the things that are in your control, your people. This is the aspect. You can't control whether your customer fancies an Italian meal tonight. You can't dictate that, but you can dictate what kind of service they're going to get. Do you realise that for your staff, they will spend, on average, 30% of their time awake with you in your business? It's second only to sleep in their life. It means that they're going to spend more time with the people at work, what we call their working families, than they're going to spend with their real actual families at home. It's going to be spent with you. If you're making their life crap, if you're a dictatorial kind of a person, then guess what you're going to get? You're going to get people that are stressed, not happy to be there. And they don't tell you these things. No one stands up to the boss and goes, do you know what? I don't like you very much. And I don't really like what you say. I don't really like how you make me feel. No. They just go and get another job elsewhere. You ever heard that? You've seen that quote everywhere all over Facebook? People don't leave jobs, they leave managers and people. And it's true, they do. They do, and you bear a burden of responsibility. But ultimately, if you get that right, if you get that balance right, then they will take care of your customers. They will create, people don't just come in to drink coffee. People don't just go into a restaurant to eat food. People go in there to be served. They go there to get an environment, to feel a culture, to get something different to what they get at home, to be amongst other people, friends, family, celebrate. They look to go out and do these different things. And it's your people's responsibility to provide that. They're not just waiters. These people are actors. They're providing an atmosphere and they're providing an experience to the people that are coming into your restaurant, cafe, bar, whatever it is. They're providing that experience. That's what people pay the money for, and that's why they come back. So the success or the very failure of your business ultimately is in the hands of your people. It's ultimately in the hands of the people in your business. They are the ones that are driving it forward. If you are, we were talking about too dictatorial a minute ago, but if you're too laid back, then they'll take advantage of you and they won't be bothered in turning up, working, getting there on time, taking too much sickness absence, calling them for a sickie because they got hungover on a Saturday, or the 18-year-old who wants to go out and party instead of coming into work because that shift's on a Saturday. And they know they can do it with you because you're a walkover. What's that going to drive? Success or failure? Here's the other thing. If you're too autocratic, if you're too dictatorial, then you're going to get people that are going to be not wanting to work for you. You'll get an uptake for a short period of time and then people go. You'll have a higher level of turnover, a lower level of commitment. People work for people. You know, they work for a leader. They get inspired and they can give you success in your business or they can give you failure. When your business is so reliant on people inside your business, ultimately it just makes common sense that the keys to that success lies with them, with the people in your business. As we call it, it's outstaffing the competition. You know, it's not about getting the most expensive staff in the world. It's not about getting the best football player into your football team or a team of individuals. It's about getting the best out of the people you have. That's them that make the difference between your business and the one down the road. Costs are not the problem. We've gone through all of this. It's coming back, debunking some of these theories, these mysteries around these excuses of problems that you've been using for such a long period of time to make you feel okay with the situation you're in, because ultimately you can't do nothing about Brexit, right? Costs are not the problem. They never have been. They never will be. They're not the problem. If your costs are, 80% of what you're turning over, well, if you turn over more, are costs still the problem? If you've got a check that you can write to pay something off, is it still a problem? If you can bring more customers in and get more revenue, are the costs still a problem in your business? You can go on about rates, you can go on about rents, you can go on about minimum wage, the cost of food, the impacts of Brexit, and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, they're not the problem. Costs, they're all costs. None of them are the problem. Your problem in your business is revenue. You're not getting enough in to cover the costs that you have. It's the income that's the problem. Okay, you genius, Mike. Well done. Congratulations. So how do we get more of that then? Well, it's through your people. It's through your people. People drive revenue. Revenue is a people-led problem. Even if the problem is you. If you're not getting people in, if you're not getting reviews, if you're not creating the atmosphere, if you're not creating the place and the environment where people want to come, if you're cooking crap food, you're serving rubbish coffee, at the end of the day, it's all a people-led thing. People are the problem. People, even if it's your customers, they're still people. Are they doing you, your business, a favour? If you've got that regular that keeps coming to your fish and chips every year, and you're afraid of losing them, are they spreading word of mouth about you to everybody else? It's not their responsibility to make sure they do. They've got their fish and chips. They're a customer. It's your responsibility to make sure that they're doing that. Are you asking them? Are you asking them for reviews? Are you asking them if they're asking other people to come? Are you incentivizing it? Do you give them anything for doing it? Have you thought about it? People drive your success. People drive your revenues. It's the people in your business that are going to solve the problem. The problem's not a cost problem, it's a revenue problem. And revenue problems are a people problem. It's made by people and it's solved by people. At the end of the day, the biggest problem you have is a people problem. It's a contentious issue and I know it. I know it is. And I'm not going to change everybody. I'm not going to turn everybody's mind around. I'm not going to be successful in doing it. I wish I was, but I'm not going to be. And I accept that. I accept that. But if I can change even just 1% of people, then I'm helping you and others to be able to get a grip on what the real problem is. If I sit here going, it's Brexit, it's Brexit, it's Brexit, I can't change Brexit. I can't do anything about that. It's out of my control. But I can control the people in my business. I can control the quality of the food or the coffee, the drinks, or the service I'm giving to people coming to my hotel. I can impact on that. I can change how we're interacting with our customers and the environment we're providing with them. I can make sure that I'm asking every customer if they would like something else. I can make sure that my people are upselling the products that we have. Do you want a dessert with that? Would you like a muffin with your coffee? Yeah, I can make sure that we teach our people in our business, our restaurant, our cafe, to give the best quality service they can and make sure that people are leaving reviews. I can make sure that my people in my business are asking our customers to leave a review and whether they'd recommend us to somebody else. I can do that. I can control those things. And if I can control those things, I can have an impact on my revenue and my local market share. Think of it this way. What are your competitors doing? Are they doing this? Or are they focusing on the problem they can't tackle? Because it's an easy excuse for why they are where they are. You can make a difference to your today and make a change so tomorrow is different for you. So you've got to take responsibility. At the end of the day, the buck stops with you. You're employing the people. You're managing the people. It's your business. You're the owner, director, the manager, whatever it is. You are the person that is responsible. You've got to look yourself in the mirror and see that it's you that can make the difference to all these little pawns on your chessboard. You're the one moving them. It's your responsibility. You got to stop listening to the bullshit excuses that are floating around in your head. It's the finance. It's Brexit. I can't control Brexit. Theresa May is screwing my business. It's not. It's you. You control it. People are the problem, not the excuses. You can drive revenue. You can change the things. Think about the things you can control, the things in your hands. Don't lose the quality. You don't need to think, how can I control the costs in my business and do that by losing and sacrificing quality or the service. You don't need to do that. You don't need to impact on other people's lives in your business. You've got a huge, huge burden of responsibility for the people that turn up into your business, on their well-being, on their life, on their happiness. Happy people in your business are 12% more productive. Write that down. That's worth writing down, noting it. 12%. They'll be more productive. They'll be giving more energy, more effort for the money you're paying just by making them happy. Just by putting a smile on somebody's face can motivate them and make them 12% more productive. It can mean that your waiter could be serving more people. It means it costs less for you to serve people because they're serving more because you've made them happy. How many customers visited your restaurant, your hotel, your coffee shop last week? It amazes me. It astounds me how so many businesses, even if they've got their POS, don't know the answer to this question off the top of their head. Why don't you know how many people have visited your restaurant? How can you know what you're doing right or wrong if you don't know your basic numbers? How many people are coming in? You don't know. If you don't know how many people are coming in, you don't know how many people are being served by your waiters. How many people did each individual waiter serve? How much food was wasted last night? How do you not know the answers to this question? What meals are more popular? Not on your belief, not what you think, but factual. How many more are selling? What are people buying? What are they not buying? And if they're not buying it, why are you keeping it on the freaking menu for? Why are you investing money on produce for something no one's buying? How can you not know these basic numbers? You've got to take the responsibility. It's your business. If you don't take the time, it is a high commodity, to focus on these things and understand them and know these, no one else in your business is going to. Because if you can't be asked, then why should I? And that's the basic question. People will not change. These people, doesn't matter how they may look older, they'll get older, yeah, of course they will, but you can't change people. It's a fool's errand to try and think you can bring somebody in and you can change them. One of the worst things people can do is to employ somebody thinking that they're great, and they may well be absolutely fantastic and highly skilled at their job, but you can't change their personality to fit in with everybody else. And everybody else leaves around that person because you think they're highly skilled. Or you think you can change them. How many times have we been in relationships, or maybe you've been in relationships, or friends that have been in relationships, where they stick around for too long in a relationship that's toxic because they think it may change. We've all been there. I've been there. It doesn't work. People don't change. It's a basic human trait. We are the makeup of years of different things that have happened in our lives make us who we are today. You're not going to change it in 6 months. You're not going to ravel someone in 6 months. You know, if they're 26 years old, 18 years old, whatever, that's 18 years worth of being made into the person that they are. That's what upbringing is. It instills the personality, the traits. It makes people who they are at that point in time. You can't remold them into something different, and you're not going to. You cannot and you will not ever change people. If you have people in your business that are making the problems, and you've identified that, you've gone, this is the problem. The problem is the revenue problem. The revenue problem exists because people aren't coming back. They're not coming back because the service sucks. Well, you can't change the people that you've got there. They're not suddenly tomorrow going to come in and smile when for the past, I don't know, 12 weeks they didn't. It's just not going to happen. If a person doesn't naturally smile, they're not going to suddenly change tomorrow and start smiling permanently. It's not going to happen. People don't change. You've got to measure your people based on their values. It's all fair and well to look at a CV. Where's your experience? What have you done? What qualifications have you got? You know, what did your last employer say about you? How many sickness absence days have you had in the past? They all tell us a lot of information. They really do. But not as much as what your principles are. What do you stand for? What are your values? What matters most to you? Yeah? We have 5 core values in our business. Now, we don't expect for someone who's new starting with us that they have exactly the same values as us. That's not how this works. It's not how relationships are based on values, principles. You know, you have kids, I have kids. I have a choice as what I think is morally right as to how I bring my kids up. What about you? How do the two blend together? You know, relationships are made and last based on values that are easy to cohabitate with each other. Values need to be able to bounce off of one another and add to each other. That means this goes 2 ways. It means that I want your values that you stand for, I want them to actually help and support and increase what my values drive. But it can't just go one direction. I also want to help give back to you. No one ever asks what you can give to your staff. I pay them. That's what I give them. Annual leave and a meal at lunchtime. Now, what can you give back to your people? Values are the measurement of who your staff are and whether they're the right people for your business. They could have the best sickness absence record. They could have the best training. They could be the best chef that you've ever met in your lifetime. And they're affordable. This is amazing. This is incredible. But if they're an asshole, they're not going to blend with anybody else. It's one person in your team. You know, it's like, take Barcelona, based around Lionel Messi as a football player. You may be into sports, you may not be. But at the end of the day, you can't build a team around one person. A team is is a group of people coming together with a common purpose, an objective, and aims of what they want to achieve, to go towards the visions of your business. You need to build a team of people that blend based on their values, and values that actually help and support increase what your values are driving towards of your business. So with that said, you've got to focus on getting rid of all of that dead wood. You've got to get rid of all of that mess, that crap within your business that's just eating you alive. The people that turn up late, not committed, don't give a shit. You know, I had a night out last night, I'm hungover. You need to get rid of the dead wood. People are the problem, remember? If you got dead wood, they're bringing you down. And like I said a minute ago, you could have gold. You could have someone who's like liquid gold in your pocket because their skills are so great, so amazing. They're excellent. You worship at their feet, at their excellence. But at the end of the day, like I said, that doesn't mean that their values and principles are in the right place in keeping with the rest of the people in your team. You know, gold is great until you're swimming through a swamp and it starts weighing you down. This is about survival. You're going to keep the gold and drown, or you're going to throw it away and survive. The options are clear. You've got to identify the dead wood and you've got to get rid of it. You've got to get rid of the dead wood. And be quite frank, if you don't know your numbers, if you don't know how many customers are coming in, you don't know how many people Johnny served last night, you don't know how much wasted food there was from the chef last night based on either poor food, too much food, or food that wasn't used up because people didn't order that particular meal on the menu. If you don't know those things, you're not looking at the details on your POS, then you don't know who the deadwood is. You got to identify the deadwood and replace it with people who have the right values, they have the right principles, they're committed, and they know where they're going. Those are the people you need. I mean, at the end of the day, I always use this analogy that, you know, if I'm getting in a car, I want to know why I'm getting in it, and I want to know where I'm going. And those two things are your values and your vision. Your people need to know the same thing. They're coming in a journey with you, they're committing to it. If you want to commit to it, then you need to tell them why they're there doing it and where it is that you're going. How are you going to get there? What's the plan? And how do they fit and feature into part of that? Get rid of your dead wood. Get the right people in. Not anybody, the right body to drive your business forward to the next level. So in summary, guys, I mean, I hope you've taken on board what we said there. And I hope you've got that list of your problems you wrote down. And now you start to track those back. Start tracking back your finance problems. It's a cost. So what do I need? Revenue. So what's dropping my revenue at the moment in time? Don't come back to markets. Think about what you can change in your business today that can take you forward tomorrow. And remember, it's the people in your business in this dry spell, they're the ones that make it rain. They're the rainmakers. You've got to nurture these things. They're like golden goose laying egg gooses, whatever you want to call them. they're your golden goose. That would be a better way of saying it. They're your golden goose. You've either got a lame duck or you've got a golden goose. And I know which one I want. And I know which one you probably want too. You know, you got to think about your future and what you want and where you want to go. You got to convey that to your people. You got to make sure you got the right people there. And you've got to go out and you've got to be the big fish in your local pond. You've got to dominate. How many Italian restaurants? I don't know. I mean, I think it's about 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 Italian restaurants. I'm in Portsmouth. There's quite a few Italian restaurants, right? And I'm pretty sure they all do pizza. I'm pretty sure they all do pasta. I'm pretty sure they all do that lovely cheesy garlic mozzarella bread at the very beginning of the starters. Well, what the hell makes them all different? You know, at the end of the day, you gotta get your people right, because they're either going to be your success or your failure. And if you're continuing to listen to the bullshit story you've told yourself in the past, if you're continuing to listen to that, you're not focusing on the problem. You're giving yourself an excuse as to why it's going wrong. The excuses don't fix the problem. They neglect the problem. The problem will always come back to your people. Track it back to the people. Those are the things that are in your grasp, in your control, in your hand, that you can change and you can take action on. You know, whatever the problem is, it is always a people problem. Solve the people problem, like we said, and you'll invest and get bigger problems later on. And you can solve those too. No business will ever have a cost issue. We all have costs. We all have bills. That's the nature of life. The problem isn't the bills. The problem is whether you're getting enough money in to pay the bills. You've got to focus on revenue. Revenue is a people-controlled problem, guys. So you've got to take action. All of this that we've gone through for however long we've been doing this now, this presentation, all of it will mean absolutely nothing at the end of the day if you choose to do nothing about it. If you take this and you go, oh yeah, it made a lot of sense when I said it. I understand it now. People, yeah, they're the problem. People are the problem, yeah. And you go away. You go to bed tonight. You lay down. You wake up tomorrow morning in the same routines you woke up yesterday. And you go to the same places you went to yesterday. And you do the same things as you did yesterday. Then none of this has had any impact. You've got to go away now. Write down, track your problems back, and come up with your plan of action as to how you're going to rectify those people problems in your business. And if you do, what differences they can potentially make. And measure them. Measure them. Monitor what you've done. Does it work? Didn't it work? If it didn't work, why didn't it work? What can I do differently? Measure it again. Measure, measure, measure until you get the formula right. You've got to remember to take action on what you've heard today, guys. Do something different. Do something different. If you do something different today, you'll get something different tomorrow. And that something different could be the difference between surviving and thriving, or surviving at all. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you're listening to this right now, you come up to the end. I hope you've taken down notes. I hope you've taken on board what we've been going through here today. And I hope that you find it of value and of use to your business. I hope that it helps you in terms of progressing and make an actual, genuine, massive difference to you, your business, your family, your freedom, and what you're looking to achieve and survive. If you need further help, you need further support moving forward, then obviously you've got our contact details on there. You can phone, you can email, you can go on the website and look for more information. And ultimately, we are here to help. I want to help as many people as I possibly can. I want to make as big a difference in this market as I possibly can. I think there's just a litany of different areas where we can actually have just a big explosion of an impact into people's businesses, and it's frighteningly, amazing the difference that we can make. But I can't do it to everybody. So these presentations, these slides, they help us to touch the people that either feel they can't afford moving forward with services, or they don't know how to move forward with it right now. Hopefully give them the tools and mechanisms to do that, so that we can help as many people as we can and help make a difference to as many people and many employees' lives as we possibly can. Guys, take care. Thank you very much. And outstaff the competition. That's the way forward. Outstaff your competition.